Have you ever felt like your own thoughts are holding you hostage? Imagine a world where your mind is clear, focused, and free from the clutter of endless overthinking. It's a common struggle, especially in our fast-paced modern life. We often find ourselves caught in a whirlwind of what-ifs, replaying past conversations or agonizing over future scenarios. It's like a mental loop that never stops. But what if I told you that you have the power to break free from this cycle? Today we're going to explore practical strategies to quiet your mind and bring peace to your thoughts. These aren't just theoretical ideas. They are time-tested methods that have helped countless people regain control over their mental space. So, get ready to embark on a journey to a more peaceful mind, where clarity and calmness replace the chaos of overthinking. Visualize overthinking as an external force. Overthinking can feel like a sneaky invader in our minds, starting with a small worry and quickly growing into a massive cloud of doubts and what-ifs. But here's a powerful way to tackle it. Visualize overthinking as something outside of yourself, not a part of your core identity. Picture these overwhelming thoughts as a fog or a storm that's passing through. They might be intense and scary, but they're not permanent. Imagine you're a mountain, strong and unmovable. These thoughts and worries, they're just clouds rolling over your peaks. They might block the sun temporarily, but they can't change who you are. You remain solid, grounded, and unshaken. This mental image is more than just a trick. It helps you realize that thoughts are transient. They come and go, and you don't have to hold on to them. Let them drift away like clouds. Each time you do this, you're reinforcing the idea that you're in control. You're not your thoughts. You're the observer, the mountain, watching them pass by. So next time you feel overthinking taking over, remember the mountain and the clouds. It's a simple yet powerful way to regain control and bring peace back to your mind. Take control by refocusing your energy. When overthinking grabs hold, it's like being caught in a never-ending spiral. Thoughts race, worries magnify, and it can feel impossible to break free. But there's a way to take back control by refocusing your energy. Think of your mind as a spotlight. Right now it's fixed on your worries, casting a bright light on them. But what if you could redirect that spotlight? Here's how. Find something in the present moment that needs your attention. It could be anything. Organizing your desk, cooking a meal, even just taking a deep breath. By shifting your focus to this task, you're pulling your mind away from the whirlpool of what-ifs. This simple action is incredibly powerful. It's not about ignoring your worries, but choosing to put your energy into something positive and immediate. This technique is all about being in the now. When you're fully engaged in a task, there's no room for overthinking. You're too busy doing, living, being. Each time you practice this, you train your mind to stay in the present. It's like strengthening a muscle. The more you do it, the better you get at staying focused and calm. So next time your thoughts start to spiral, remember the power of refocusing your energy. You might just be surprised at how quickly the storm of overthinking can clear. Embrace impermanence and practice letting go. Embracing impermanence and practicing letting go are powerful tools in conquering overthinking. Often, our minds fixate on things beyond our control, like past events or future uncertainties. These thoughts can linger, taking up valuable mental space. But when we understand that nothing in life is permanent, we begin to see these thoughts for what they really are: temporary. Think of your thoughts as leaves on a river. They float by, but they don't stay. You can observe them, acknowledge their presence, but you don't have to hold on to them. Letting go means allowing these thoughts to pass without getting entangled in them. It's about understanding that these thoughts don't define you or your future. This practice isn't about avoiding or suppressing your thoughts. It's about giving yourself permission to release them. It's recognizing that holding on to them won't change the past or predict the future. The more you practice this, the more you create space in your mind for peace and clarity. Remember, embracing impermanence is a journey, not a destination. It's a continuous process of acknowledging, releasing, and moving forward. This mindset doesn't just reduce overthinking, It brings a sense of freedom and lightness to your life, allowing you to live more fully in the present moment. Create a worry period. Worries can be like uninvited guests in our minds, constantly nagging and distracting us. It's tough to ignore them, but continuously thinking about them isn't helpful either. So, what if you could manage these worries in a more organized way? Here's a practical solution. Create a specific worry period. Set aside about 20 minutes each day, maybe in the afternoon or evening, and let this be the time when you focus on your worries. During this period, allow yourself to think about what's bothering you, understand why it's worrying you, and even jot down your thoughts if that helps. This is your time to face these worries head on. But here's the key. Once this period is over, move on. You've given your worries their allotted time, and now it's time to set them aside. This technique is like putting your worries in a box. They're there, but they're not allowed to spill over into the rest of your day. By doing this, you're training your mind to handle worries in a more controlled and limited way. It's not about ignoring your problems, but about managing them more effectively. Give it a try, and you might find that your worries become less overwhelming and more manageable. Break down overwhelming thoughts into actionable steps. Overwhelming thoughts can feel like a heavy weight on your shoulders, making everything seem too big to handle. But there's a way to lighten this load. Break down these overwhelming thoughts into smaller, actionable steps. It's like looking at a huge mountain and starting with just one small step towards the summit. Here's how you can do it. When a big worry or complex problem starts to overtake your thoughts, stop for a moment. Instead of trying to tackle everything at once, ask yourself, what's the very next small step I can take right now? It could be as simple as writing an email, making a phone call, or organizing your thoughts into a list. By focusing on one small action, you shift your energy from worrying to doing. This approach doesn't make the problem smaller, but it makes dealing with it more manageable. It's like untangling a huge knot by dealing with one small tangle at a time. You're not ignoring the bigger picture. You're navigating through it with purpose and precision. Each small step you take builds momentum. Before you know it, what seemed like an enormous boulder of worry becomes a series of small, manageable pebbles. This method teaches patience and resilience, showing you that you have the power to confront and overcome your challenges, one step at a time. Shift your perspective to gratitude. Shifting your perspective to gratitude is a powerful way to transform how you view your life and the world around you. It's easy to get caught up in what we don't have or what's going wrong. This can lead to a cycle of negative thinking and overthinking. However, by focusing on gratitude, we can change this pattern. Start each day by thinking of 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be big things. It could be something as simple as a sunny day, a good cup of coffee, or a message from a friend. This practice of recognizing the positives in your life, no matter how small, can shift your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you start to notice more and more good things in your life. This doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or difficulties you face. Instead, it means balancing them with an awareness of the good. This balance can lead to a more positive outlook on life, reducing the space for overthinking and worry. Gratitude is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Over time, this practice can transform your inner dialogue from one of scarcity to one of plenty, enhancing your overall sense of well-being and contentment. Focus on effort, not outcome. Focusing on effort rather than outcome is a game changer in how we approach challenges and manage overthinking. In a world that often prioritizes results, it's easy to get caught up in the end goal, forgetting the importance of the journey to get there. This mindset can lead to unnecessary stress and overthinking, especially when outcomes are uncertain or out of our control. Here's a different approach. Concentrate on the effort you're putting in, rather than fixating on the potential outcome. This means valuing the hard work, dedication, and integrity you bring to your tasks, regardless of how they turn out. Ask yourself, am I giving my best effort? Am I being true to my values? These questions keep you grounded in the present, making your actions more meaningful and less driven by fear of the future. This shift in focus has several benefits. It reduces anxiety about factors you can't control and enhances satisfaction from the work you're doing right now. It also fosters a growth mindset, where learning and improvement are seen as valuable in themselves, regardless of the immediate result. By focusing on effort, you learn to appreciate the journey, find joy in the process, and build resilience. It's not about ignoring goals or outcomes, but understanding that real success lies in the quality of your effort and the journey you undertake to reach your goals. Practice voluntary discomfort. Practicing voluntary discomfort is a unique, yet highly effective way to build resilience and reduce overthinking. It's about deliberately stepping out of your comfort zone, not to cause yourself unnecessary hardship, but to get better at handling life's inevitable challenges. Think of it like training. Just as athletes push their physical limits to improve, we can strengthen our mental resilience by facing small discomforts head-on. Start with something manageable. It could be as simple as taking a cold shower, waking up an hour earlier than usual, or choosing to walk instead of drive for short distances. These actions might seem small, but they have a powerful impact. They teach you that discomfort isn't as daunting as it seems, and that you're capable of facing it. The key here is the word voluntary. You're choosing to step into these situations, which gives you a sense of control and builds your confidence. Over time, this practice makes you more adaptable, less reactive to change, and more focused on what you can control. Your response. Incorporating voluntary discomfort into your routine is like building an inner strength that can weather any storm. It's not about making life harder. It's about making yourself tougher, more flexible, and less prone to overthinking when faced with life's inevitable ups and downs. Reflect on the transience of life. Reflecting on the transience of life can be a profound way to put our worries and overthinking into perspective. It's easy to get caught up in the minutiae of daily life, allowing small problems to fill our mental space. But when we pause and consider the bigger picture, we realize that many of the things we fret over are not as significant as they seem. Life is fleeting, and each moment is precious. This isn't a somber thought. Instead, it's a reminder to focus on what truly matters. When you find yourself overthinking, ask yourself, will this matter in a year? 5 years? This question can help you discern the trivial from the significant, allowing you to dedicate your time and energy to what's truly important. This reflection isn't about ignoring challenges or avoiding planning for the future. It's about achieving a balanced view of life, where you appreciate the present and make the most of each day. By acknowledging the transience of life, you can reduce the space overthinking occupies in your mind, leading to a more peaceful and focused existence. Remember, while we can't control the length of our lives, we can control the depth and richness of our experiences. Embracing this mindset allows us to live more fully, with less time spent in the maze of needless worries. Seek wisdom from outside yourself. Seeking wisdom from outside yourself is an essential step in managing overthinking and gaining broader perspectives. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in our own thoughts that it becomes difficult to see things clearly. This is where the insights and viewpoints of others can be invaluable. It's about recognizing that you don't have all the answers, and that there's much to learn from the experiences and knowledge of others. Whether it's a friend, a family member, a mentor, or even books and podcasts, external sources can offer fresh perspectives and solutions that you might not have considered. Engaging in conversations, asking for advice, or simply listening to others' stories can provide clarity and help break the cycle of overthinking. It's not about blindly following what others say, but rather about considering different viewpoints to enrich your understanding and decision-making. This practice also reminds us of the power of human connection. Sharing your thoughts and struggles, And listening to others not only lightens your mental load but also strengthens relationships. It's a two-way street where both parties can grow and learn. So, whenever you find yourself stuck in your own head, remember the value of seeking wisdom from outside. It's a humble and effective way to broaden your horizon, reduce overthinking, and navigate life's complexities with a more balanced and informed approach. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Subscribe to the channel to watch the next videos.